Hey, welcome back to another episode of Instant Ramen Podcast. I'm your host, Juan. As always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I've been super tired. I had a nice and busy day yesterday, and then I didn't get quite enough sleep. I'm a little sleepy boy.
Are you?
But I got some coffee.
Nice.
So I'm like amped, but I'm tired.
Yeah, I know. I showed
Feels
up.
like shit.
We showed up and we debuted our bomb-ass mics, last week?
Yeah.
And then this week, we debuted our bomb-ass headphones and couldn't figure out how to make them work.
I was so fucking mad. So I guess this is a thing where you're supposed to use headphones that don't also have an input. They only have the output from the computer or whatever the fuck you're listening through.
Yeah.
I brought my headphones that I've used on several different things without using the headphone for it.
Right.
Or the headset, mic
the
or whatever.
Mic,
yeah.
That's a problem, the built-in mic.
Yeah, and that's apparently the issue. I didn't know that. So I was super frustrated. How the fuck is this working? I'm so frustrated. I did all this shit. And I can't
everything's
figure it
set
out.
up right. You looked at me, you're like, you want to give it a try? I'm like, and I was like, no. If you can't figure it out, there's no way I can figure it out.
But apparently you can. You knew exactly what the problem might be.
Well, because I have the same problem at school.
Yeah.
The school, we have to bring our own headphones to listen to tutorials during class, and people they make it very clear, hey, if you have a pin, the end part of your fucking head jack, it has 3 lines on it. Then that means it has a built-in mic and it's going to not work. So you have to buy these really shitty two-pin ones.
Yeah.
And they're $10. The wires are garbage, but it's the only way to get the things to work. And I was like, there has to be a different way. You know what they could do? They could just enable the Bluetooth on all our computers, and we could just all connect with our Bluetooth.
That'd be fine. Right?
Because here, all mics almost nowadays have a built-in, microphone.
All headsets do, yeah.
Yeah, the earphones you were pulling out your drawers, were come in with iPhones, whatever. Those have built-in.
Yeah, all of them do.
And then now a bunch of headphones are Bluetooth. So it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. So I was pretty confused with that. I didn't even realize that was gonna be an issue, but whatever, it's working out. After doing a little bit of that, now I'm feeling okay. Cool. But I was super stressed, and I was like, the fuck is happening? And then my dad was trying to talk to me the whole time, and I'm just trying to talk, but I was focusing so fucking intently, and he thought I was being all pissed at him. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to focus right now. I'm always trying to focus.
As soon as his dad turned around, Trip just punched a hole in the wall.
Yeah, pretty much. So now there's 11 holes in the wall here.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. One of them's from me. The rest are from you, though.
It's yeah, but those are accidents.
Yeah, sexy accidents.
So yeah, we figured it out. Trip's got to get a different pair of headphones. I happen to have these older headphones that don't have built-in.
Hell yeah.
Mic. So yeah, that's
classic.
Problem solved, guys. Don't worry about it. So this week we're talking about intros that we like. We did this a while back. Intros way back.
Roughly a year ago.
About a year ago, yeah. So, but we needed a topic this week, and last week we didn't have one. I don't know if we did, if we said we had one. So we came up with intros.
We are doing our favorite intros, which is a suggestion that was made from our good friend Bailey. She listens to the show, and we say, hey.
And I was, when you told me that she suggested it, I was just like, tell her to go back to the old episode.
Yeah, well, in the comment, I was like, hey, yo, yeah, we did this, but we could do it again.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to do it again, because there's so many animes out there, and all of them have intros.
And every year, there's so much more. I think most of mine are from, this last year.
I would say that, some of mine are newer, too. For sure. Or newer to me, at least. Yeah, so that's a topic this week. We're going to be talking about intros and ones that we like and why we like them and why you should like them or whatever. Who cares? But before that, hey, Trip, what's good? What have you been up to?
Dude, man. Okay, so check it. Yesterday, I decided it was time for me to go on a little trip-see. A really little one, but it was pretty big for what it was.
Can I guess where you went?
You can.
DMV.
No.
Dentist.
No.
Orthodontist.
Yes.
Isn't it orthodontist fix braces?
Yeah, I don't have braces. I didn't go to the orthodontist. We had been talking about it for a while, Josh, Leander, and I, about going...
We doesn't include Juan.
You don't like Leandra.
That's not true. Leander doesn't like me.
I'm sorry. Somebody's projecting right now.
You think I know what that means, but I don't. Anyway, so you guys decided to do what?
Yeah, so we decided to go mini golfing. We had been talking about it for a while, and we were like, where should we go? I don't know. And we looked up all these reviews. We found this place that has 2 18-hole mini golf courses, 1 7-hole indoor mini golf course, laser tag, an escape room, an arcade area.
What? Where?
Like all this shit. It's called the Oasis, and it's in Shasta Lake, like right outside of Reading.
Wow, fuck you. I would have loved to go to that.
So it was real okay.
Oh yeah? How's the escape room?
Really okay. We didn't do it, mostly because you kind of have to make a reservation, and a little bit because you don't have to, but they seemed very ill-prepared for anything.
Oh, yeah.
When we got there and we bought our tickets, they had like a weekend special where you could get like a flat fee for any 3 activities. And we're like, all right, well, let's do both of the outside mini golf courses and let's go go-karting. Because they also had go-karts and bumper boats and like
Fun
shit. So we went. And we were like, all right, cool. So, yeah. And the lady was like, all right, have fun, you guys. And then we're like, tight.
Yeah.
So then we went outside and we were like, okay, well, there's nowhere with any clubs or balls or anything. We came back in. We're like, hey, do we have to get clubs here? And she was like, oh, yeah, you guys want to do that? We like, didn't know what was going on. We're like, yes, please. So she hit us up with those. But she didn't take the tickets that she gave us, and I was very confused. So anyways, we're like, okay, whatever. We just did a bunch of mini golfing, and then after that, Leander was like, we gotta go on these fucking bumper boats. Because she wanted to, like, cool off since it was pretty hot outside. I crushed it. They have these little, like, squirty things on them to, like, fuck with your friends, you know? And mine, you could push, like, over and over to activate it and deactivate it. Josh's was just always on. Like he had no control over it. It wouldn't turn off. So he had to like position himself really weird. And I think Leander just didn't really get the gist of it. So anyways, I would blast somebody. And then if we got close to each other, I would just like tap on it. So it would just like flip out little spurts of water. Like, psh, psh, psh. And, in doing that, they couldn't see at all, and I was just like, I am terror, I am death. It felt so good. And then we did go-karts, and it was really boring with only 3 people, but it was okay. Leandra had never done go-karts before.
Yeah, no, I think it was for mine and Sarah's last anniversary. We went to someplace in Sac, and it was like mini golf, go-karts, and like a bunch of like arcade games.
Yeah.
And I'd never done go-karting either. Like, just never done it.
Sure.
Or if I have, I can't remember if I've ever done it.
Whatever.
And these, like, some of the carts were, like, shittier than other carts.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, yeah.
So, like, my cart was, like, super fast, and Sierra's cart was, like, super slow. And after, like, passing everybody, because there's, like, a bunch of people racing, and I was at the front, I was like, okay, so I just kind of coast here, because, like, there's, like, no point in, like, lapping them. That's fucking rude, you know?
Right.
Especially when, like, people in the back are, like, really struggling. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep a nice speed of 15 miles an hour or whatever. You know, it's like barely like I could run as fast as that if I really had to. But yeah, I know what you talk about. That's fun. I'm glad you guys did that.
We all had the same speeds, which made it kind of not fun because we're all just like, all right, well, I took off first, so I'm in first, and then I'm
gonna
like,
stay in
I'm gonna
first.
pull over, and I'm gonna go in second, so you could have a turn, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be in third, so you can have a turn. And that's how you go-kart. It was like really weird.
That's funny. I mean, when you said you wanted to go mini golfing, I was just like, oh, cool. You guys went to the mini golf here. But I mean, I've been to mini golf here 1,000 times.
Yeah, and it's pretty shit.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like it's here. So
it's here. I mean, I love going mini golfing regardless. Yeah, it's fun. We have special rules where. You know how if you go off the track or whatever, you're supposed to take a stroke shot, and put it back in? Yeah, so we're just like, fuck that. Play where it is.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah. And otherwise, you can take it and take a stroke, but you can just play from where it is and then possibly not. And it worked out in my benefit one time. I hit it out from the water, which is always the most fun. And it went into the hole, and I was like, fuck yeah!
Nice.
Like, yeah! And continuing on, though, like, since we have that rule, we probably shouldn't have had it. We were just like smacking rocks and stuff.
Oh man, that's why you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, like the putters are made out of rubber, so it's like it was weird.
Right.
It was a very weird thing. It was fun though. It was a really good time.
What about animes wise? What's up with that, man?
Yo, man, I don't even watch anime anymore. I'm done.
Ooh, okay.
No, real talk.
Real talk.
Made in Abyss is so fucking good.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I still haven't seen it, but I did see this article scrolling through, and it was just like the title, like instantly caught my attention, and it was like, has Made in Abyss gone too far? Like question mark, and then like below it's just like Made in Abyss, this series, blah blah blah, breakout show, blah blah blah. Like Is it dark or is it just like just gruesome? And I was like, what? And I see the pictures, like, oh, don't want to see it. But from what I heard, this show is like does not pull punches.
No, it definitely doesn't. And they do things in weird, realistic ways, kind of. So like, there's a point where somebody's unconscious and they just like went through some shit, and a character walks in on somebody else like changing her. So all of her clothes are off, and like the character's like, oh my god, like I shouldn't see this.
Yeah.
And like, quit being weird. Like,
she's unconscious.
Yeah, she peed blood. We have to clean her clothes. Yeah. Like, you're not just gonna leave her covered in this. You have to do it, otherwise she'll get a rash. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's real.
And it's just like really cutesy, artsy, like way they look. It's just like
exactly.
Super weird combinations. Like,
it's
do you want to kill somebody? Dude. It's just like, calm down, Barney. Like, let's be cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm really excited. Since we're on like episode 11, I don't know if they're doing 12 or 13, but
how's it feel?
They can't wrap it up. Like, there's no fucking way. So I think we need a second season of this, and I think they're gonna get it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw somebody went to this shop in Japan, and it was all made in Abyss themed and stuff. So they had a giant poster of the Abyss map, which is really cool, super high detailed, so rad.
That's the one that drops down.
Like it shows like how
the
far
levels or whatever.
Yeah, at the end it like does a little thing. Anyways, so they had a big thing of that, and then they had all this like original concept art and just pictures of different things and life size like cutouts of the characters, and it looked really fucking cool. So Made in Abyss is becoming this little phenomenon, just kind of out from nowhere, but I'm pretty down with it.
I'm interested. I really want to you were telling me you were watching it, and you're like, dude, shit got crazy. And like my problem was like, I want to watch it, but I want to dedicate time to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just play, because it could play in the background or whatever, and just like peep in whenever something interesting happens. But I want to give it that specific time.
The beginning's a little bit slower, but you should totally fucking check it out.
I should get on it. It looks really interesting. What else you got? Anything else you've been watching?
Still been watching Princess Principal, and it is they I don't know. It's funky. I like a lot of the things that they've been doing, but overall I feel like it almost seems rushed at the end. They focused a little bit too much on developing these backstories between the characters when they could have maybe done like a little bit of backstory for a couple of characters at a time, but instead they focused a lot on just like one each episode. And
is that show wrapping up?
It is. Yeah, they since it's by Studio 3 Hertz, I think that because they're so new, they don't want to take that risk of
doing a big 24 season or whatever.
Yeah, because you could lose a lot of money on that if it doesn't do well.
Right.
People will watch your 12 episode, like everyone's gonna watch that. It's an easy amount of time to commit to something, and then if you kind of enjoyed it, like great, I'll buy it, whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's 24 episode thing, people might not be able to watch all of it. Anyways, I don't think that they would set it up for another season or anything like that. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's wrapping up. It's okay. Like overall, I really, really enjoyed this show. But we'll kind of see how it concludes. I like a lot of the ideas, but I don't know. Feels a little bit rushed at this point.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Other than that, Leandra wanted to watch some more Magical Girl Raising Project, so we've been checking that little dude out. And Kyle, I don't remember. He wanted to watch something with me, but I don't remember.
But you said no.
I pretty much said, fuck off, nerd.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah. We're going to start watching Flip Flappers, though, and I'm excited because I've been like, you know what? This show's pretty legit. I like it.
So for me, I didn't have anime night this week. I was too busy.
Sure.
And then I had a big project coming up for my art class, and I had to like dedicate times of the day, like hours to it.
Yeah.
And some of those hours bled into like the wee hours, like 3-4 in the morning.
Right.
And I needed something to play in the background. And I don't know what the fuck my mind was going through, but I guess it was like near Halloween or whatever, and maybe like a Watch Mojo popped up.
So excited.
Yeah, a Watch Mojo popped up talking about like, this blah 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 horror movies or movies that like I don't know what the topic was, but for some reason I wanted to watch Saw. So I watched
Saw's a good
which
movie.
I like.
I really enjoy Saw. It's a great film.
For sure. I really like the first Saw. Like I remember watching it way back in the day and super enjoying it.
Yeah.
So like, oh, let's see where I can find it. It's not on Netflix, it's on Hulu. So I pop it up on Hulu. And not only is Saw on it, Saw 1 through 7 is on there. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, well, that makes sense. It's because probably Halloween's coming up and they probably have the backlog coming up.
You excited about the new Saw?
Yeah. So then,
Jigsaw?
Yeah. So then I was like, oh, cool. A new Saw's coming up. I was like, maybe I should watch these. And so I watched them, all 7 of them.
Yeah, man. Dude, that's how, that's one of the first things that me and my roommate did before we lived together.
Yeah.
We had a little event called Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Because we were like, what's the worst thing to eat while watching Saw? Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So I watched all the Saws within like 2 days. And the first one was just like, yeah, I really enjoyed this. Like, that's the one I intently watched. Like, oh, I really had liked this part, or whatever.
That one's really good, yeah.
And then after that, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna like just do my drawings, and then whenever like I peep, I'll watch it. You know. I don't know. So I guess I'm interested to see the new Jigsaw because I got a chance to see it, and
wasn't it great?
I enjoyed it a lot. It's different than I thought it was gonna be. It was like it was more gruesome than like the original.
For sure,
like the original like made for TV movie. I wasn't at any point scared, and surprisingly,
that's what I said. I'm like, it's not a scary movie. No. It's a really fun monster movie.
It's kind of gross, and it's like, and there's like blood and stuff, and things are disturbing, and creepy. But at no point am I like, holy shit, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
And then Sierra, who came watch it with me, she's terrified of clowns because of it, and she didn't want to watch this. And she decided she was going to, so she listened to a podcast that review it before we went out. So she kind of had an idea what was going on. Okay. And at no point was she like petrified or terrified. And I was like, oh, pretty stoked. Maybe once or twice she grabbed onto me because like of a jump scare or something, but nothing.
You know what? I didn't feel like there were any jump scares.
Some were pretty minimal if there were any. It was like really tiny ones. Like when the clown pops up and like so he cuts and then he's bigger. You know, it's like that's like I don't know.
That one was cool. I really like that.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see this Jigsaw movie because horror movies are coming out and some of them are being pretty good, this year.
I don't expect Jigsaw to be good at all.
I don't know. Maybe it could be. Maybe like they go back to the basics and like
they revamp it.
Yeah. And then it's not just like just murder porn or whatever.
Kind of looks like it's just gonna be more.
I don't know what you're talking about. So you shut the fuck up. So I'm gonna watch that, and then also after watching all Jigsaw, all the Saw movies, I had more time, and so then I watched the first 6 episodes of Mob Psycho 100. Yeah. Just like let's run these bitches through back to back on dub or whatever. The dub's really good because first time I watched it subbed, and of course I'd have to pause every. And I know I had to watch it subbed because I had to pause it and rewind a few times to catch a few jokes because some things went by too fast, Yeah. Because it's a faster paced kind of show. But dubbed did a really good job. I like the voice that they picked for Mob and his master. Really enjoyed it. Dimples is pretty cool. It's a beautiful show. I'm starting to realize like I like the show more than I thought I did.
So good.
So. I just made 6 episodes in and I was like, cool, I'm done with this project. It's 5 a.m. I'm going to bed. I got class in like 3 hours.
Pretty good call.
So I haven't had a chance to watch any other animes, just kind of watching other things.
Yeah, man. No, I feel you. I've been super down with watching anime here and there. And I can't decide what I'm going to commit my life to after Hunter x Hunter.
Dog, you got to watch... what's the fuck the one? Neon whatever? No, it's right here. Something about I got it. It's something. No, I got it.
You don't have it.
No, it's not here. Hold on.
You don't have it at all.
Shut the fuck up. I know what it's called. It's called Eureka 7. Hey, you fucking nailed it. Eureka 7 AO, right? Or IO.
Yep, AO.
Yeah.
Stands for Astral Ocean.
Or you can be a big boy and watch Brotherhood.
That's also what I would like to watch. Yeah.
Her and I had to talk about it. She said she liked it. She said there were times where she kind of missed like these bigger moments from the original one.
Sure.
But there's also like some merit in the newer one because like, they get more of this kind of character. She also says she likes the fact that I can't ruin this for you. She likes the way that they do the homunculi in the original one because it's darker. Like the way they're created and stuff. It's darker, and you kind of feel for them more as opposed to the other one when in the Brotherhood where it's just like, these are just bad guys. Okay, so I'm not supposed to like empathize with them at all. So that's what her thoughts were. Like, it's good. I mean, I'm glad she enjoyed it, and I'm glad she finished it. Yeah, so watch Brotherhood or AO or whatever.
That way, try checking one of those out one of these days.
How about we get into the news? Yeah,
I'm pretty down with that. Cool. All right, so check it out. A short anime film is going to be made for tying in both of the Blade Runner movies. Since the new Blade Runner is coming out soon, this anime short it's going to be made by the guy who did Cowboy Bebop, and people are fucking hyped, and they should be, because Blade Runner is a huge cult film. Maybe not cult, but like it's a very popular film.
Yeah. It's one of those Harrison Ford movies, or just like, those iconic characters that he plays. He's got the guy from Blade Runner, he's got the guy from that indie thing, and he's got the one from that Star thing. Indiana Jones,
sure.
and, and Han Solo or whatever. So yeah, Blade Runner's up there with one of like his iconic earlier characters and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and I'm surprised they got him back, because I've heard a lot of talk about how Harrison Ford is just like a big old grumpy bastard.
That's what I've heard,
and like
too.
He just hates doing movies, and but it's cool. And they got the goose in it. They got the gooseling in it.
The goose in it.
Yeah, I'm glad to see this. To see this anime like in between it's called Blade Runner 2049 or something like that.
That sounds right.
It was like Sierra was telling me, I was like, why did they pick such a small number? Like, but that's not even that far off. I was like, I think it's because it's in conjunction to like the other Blade Runner, and like
it's like a direct sequel type thing.
But say like Blade Runner is like in 2001 or whatever. They can't be like, well, let's bump that up so the other number can be bigger, because this guy's supposed to still be alive or whatever. So it makes sense as to why it's 2049, but I also kind of, every time I see that, I kind of go, it's kind of a stupid name.
I know. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see this. I can't wait to check it out. And there's not really any info on like how long it is or whatever.
Not much information at all. I'm very excited about it though, since it's such an original thing to be done. Like the Animatrix came out when The Matrix was super big, and there was a lot of hype about that, and I was very excited for that. I wanted to see it, so I immediately, of course, watched that. And that's kind of the only American movie anime adaptation type thing. Yeah. Like, The Animatrix is kind of its own thing. It doesn't really tie into The Matrix much at all.
No.
Personally. That's how I feel about it. But Blade Runner, like, I don't know if it's going to be in the same world, if it's going to be the same characters, what's going on exactly. It's just kind of something to tie the movies together in some way or another. So let's check it out. I'm super excited.
It's more likely for us to see Japanese properties made into American properties as opposed to the other way around.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's just really cool to see something like this, like you saying, like the Animatrix, which I really like because of the style.
The style was fantastic.
I don't think it's like an awesome thing, but it's really cool to look at.
100% with you there. Next up, Darling in the Franxx released a teaser commercial showing off new visuals and characters. And Darling in the Franxx is this Trigger project that's going to be coming out soon. People are getting pretty hyped about it, and I don't really know. It just showed off like a dude and a chick, and it showed off this like mech girl. Well, check it out. It's gonna be funky, dude. I'm hyped about it. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how. Did you see the trailer?
No. I didn't.
It's 30 seconds.
Why would you ask me that? Why would you embarrass me in front of all the people?
You like the shame.
I do like the shame. Makes me feel good. Oh, shout outs real quick. I forgot about this. We got 2,000 downloads, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So how dare you embarrass me in front of those downloads?
In front of the downloads.
In front of the downloads. We're gonna lose those downloads.
Sorry. Next time I'll keep it on the download.
Oh,
that's a bad joke. Is what that
fucking
was.
Boosted, dog. You got me.
I'm pretty excited about this though. A really, really short commercial. It had like nothing going on at all. No animation. It's one of those things where it's just like
character,
name,
word,
like nothing at all.
Music, maybe.
So it could be cool. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
Next up, Crunchyroll is going to be streaming Food Wars Season 3. So you get to keep watching it on the same thing that you've been watching it on. You don't have to switch over to something weird like Amazon.
Or Hulu.
Or Funimation.
The juggernaut of
or Verve.
Is that the newer one?
Yeah, I think that they like have Crunchyroll stuff on there.
Cool. Congratulations for all the people who like Food Wars.
Hell yeah, Food Wars.
Our favorite show.
Next up, Himotou, Umaru-chan, R, Season 2, OP, and ED will be done by the cast, and it's going to be released October 8th.
I don't know any
fucking. Oh my god, dude! What a bunch of abbreviations, right?
So
okay, so check it out.
So S2 is season 2. OP is opener.
Yep.
And ED is
ending.
Why would I thought it would just be like outro, like OT or something?
No. Yeah, OP and ED are the abbreviations for intros and outros. So this is our OP episode.
Will be done by the cast. Well, who else was it going to be done by?
Like a band.
Oh, so
like somebody
that makes
else?
more sense. Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like they're gonna be singing it.
Yeah,
whatever.
they're gonna be the ones doing it. So it's gonna be like, but it's gonna be the cast instead of a bunch of, hamsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I fucking hate Umaru-chan, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but that intro.
Oh, but that intro, though.
Yeah.
That intro, though.
We're getting another one.
That is a good intro. But fuck that show.
Yeah, anyways, with that, why don't we dive into our favorite intros 2017.
Yeah, okay, fine. So this is so for this week we're talking our intros that we like for animes. We made sure they don't have to be specifically to the year, or whatever. It doesn't have to come out this year or
Dude, it's just whatevs.
Just whatevs. So let's just start off right at the top. Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah.
The song's called 99 by Mob Choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had such a fucking hard time figuring out who did this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was looking it up, and it's just like 99 Mob Choir, and I was like, all right, what's the song called, or who's the band? I don't understand. Yeah. It was just like 99 Mob Choir. It wasn't saying 99 by Mob Choir.
Yeah.
Instead, you look up like 99 Mob Choir, and it's like, a song by this YouTuber. And I was like, excuse me, YouTuber.
Yeah, so this is an intro to Mob Psycho 100, which, like I said earlier, is one of my new favorite shows.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
What did it come out last season or 2 seasons ago?
It came out last year.
Okay, so it came out last year. So
we talked about it on the show.
Yeah, so it's not like super old, but it's not brand new. Cool thing about Mob Psycho is just fucking everything. Like how, first of all, the show, I had no idea I was gonna like it. I gave it the episode or two, and I was like, this is fucking garbage, and had to come back and instantly binge it. And like love it. Like I have a super dope Mob Psycho poster, Mob Psycho shirt. Every time I wear the shirt, people always give me compliments. Yeah, it's great. So the reason I like this intro so much is because one of my favorite things is, and we talked about this before, one of my favorite things in this world are songs that count up or down. Like any time there's counting in the world, like I'm a huge fan of it. And Mob Psycho starts off with 1, 2, 3, 4, and they go all the way up. They only make it to 99. They never say 100, and they do skip some numbers or whatever. Like they start going integers of 5 or 10 or whatever.
41, 42, 43, 44, and then it goes back into the song. And it was just like,
so it's super fun. It's easy. It's not hard to it's easy to sing along with it, at least the numbers parts. And there is other singing. I don't know what the words are.
They speak English for the beginning.
Yeah, but they also sing in like Japanese, and they sing in English. So it's not. I'm saying it's not like one you can actually unless you know Japanese. Like I can't physically sing the song, but I can count the numbers for sure.
Hell yeah, you can.
Anyways, so this is like a really crazy, wacky, like out there intro where like a bunch of stuff flying around, and like there's people that have like fruits for heads and like eggplants for heads, and we see like glimpses of all our characters and like minor characters, major characters. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's all over the place.
Really busy intro, and they do such a good job. Because one of the points of the show is our main character, Mob, he struggles showing his emotions. He seems pretty just like bland, just like nothing's going on there.
He's neutral all the time. Like his face is just like, he's not dissatisfied or happy. He is what he is, and that's just a big old nothing. But
all this shit's going on in his head, and he's like letting it accumulate way more than he should. So the intro kind of shows us that, like with the head opening up, and it explodes all these ideas and like crazy shit that's going on in there. I think they did an excellent job adapting one of the themes of the show into the intro, which is a very important thing for me.
Yeah, that intro always gets me like really pumped to watch the next episode. Like because like wacky stuff ensues on the show, and then pretty often, like more often than not, the ending of every episode of Mob Psycho is kind of like, nothing. Something pretty simple happens. Like he goes to bed and he like sneezes because he gets a cold. It's like, oh, that's the end of that episode or whatever. And then he has a really cool outro where like they do sand art. And then it's like, oh, cool, nice and chill. And then the fucking intro comes in again, and we start counting from 1 all the way to 99. And it's super fun. And this is probably one of my favorite intros, without a doubt.
Yeah, the end of the intro always gets me too, because everyone's just going like, bah! And the drum's like,
like 90, like 98, 99, and you just want to hear them yell 100, and they don't. It's like those fucking monsters. It's dying to hear.
And that's why it's called 99.
Yeah, by Mob Choir.
Yeah.
I don't know who those people are, but it's super fun.
I don't know, whatever. I'm super down with this intro. I think it's a fantastic intro.
And, it gives you great insight of what the show is. Like, like it's not like you and I were talking. Some issues we had with coming up with this list was you have a lot of intros that you like because of the songs are dope. But
yeah, so many.
But the visual representation or the animation that follows it is super lacking. So it's like, well, how to justify that as like a favorite intro? As opposed to me, where it's like, I really like a song. I'm just like, cool. Intro kind of sucks, but I really like the song.
Dude,
so
sometimes I watch intros, even though they're really shitty, like nothing's really happening. I fucking jam to the songs. I was going through so many where I'm like, I love this intro, and I'm like, no, I just like the song.
Yeah.
Like so many.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, you picked 5, I picked 5, and like the 5 I picked, like, I obviously have I have a formula as to like what kind of intros I like. Like I was telling you, like I like intros that have like that are rock and roll, and there's power chords and there's strums and numbers if they're repeated or counted are great.
Yeah, you definitely have a style.
And I also like intros where like if there's like say the show has a huge cast where they'll like introduce all the cast members. I'm a huge fan of that.
Sometimes that has to happen, yeah. And that was one of the intros that I didn't want to do. I like the song a lot. I was going to do Magical Girl Raising Project.
I can't even remember that intro.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. But the important thing about why I didn't choose it is because in shows like that, where it's kind of like a survival show, you have to show off all the characters.
Right.
It's pretty important that you establish these are characters that are here. And then if they die, it's like, remember these characters. And it's important because it's easy to forget some of them.
Yeah.
And they go along the way and be like, wow, this show's pretty fucked up. All these people are dead now. That's important to me.
Yeah.
So,
and you also don't want to have you don't want to have too much of like one character because if they die in the first episode, it's like, well, what a waste. Like, and then we don't want too little of somebody because then like, oh, well, that guy's obviously going to die because he's barely in it. So
you don't want to have like a main character really.
It's specifically like with those kind of animes, like there's a specific finite amount of what you want for your intros. And like I said, I have a formula as to what intros I like and what are like my favorites, but they don't like coincide with yours. Like I like some of yours, but I'm not going to be like, oh, those are my favorites.
Well, of course, yeah.
So that's
how I feel about yours too. Yeah.
But you like the Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho, I think everybody can agree that it's a fantastic intro. The song is great. Everyone loves that. And then the actual visuals go along with the show really well, and they have this very unique style to it. While the show has a little bit more of a reality type thing going on, this intro focuses more on the psychic part of it, where everything's just fucking nuts. It's got killer, like, I don't know, the city visuals of it are kind of like vaporwavy with like purples and pinks and whatnot. And I fucking love the intro. It's kick ass. Yeah. It's psychedelic as shit.
Yeah, great intro for a great show. All right, next up, Trip, how about we go to one of your picks?
Yo, this is really obvious. I wanted to get it out of the way because, god damn it. Attack on Titan Season 2, Shinzou wo Sasageyo by Linked Horizon.
Yeah.
How do you not... Sasageyo! Shinzou Sasageyo!
Trip the show. Trip, we're doing a show.
Anyways, I fucking love this song. Every time that my roommate and I would be getting hyped to watch this show, we would just go out, Sasageyo. Anytime that like important shit's going on, it's like, dude, open up your heart. Like, Sasageyo, that shit. So anyways, Attack on Titan Season 2, really for any Attack on Titan intro, the fucking visuals are so effective.
They're important, too.
Yeah. It really tells you what's going to be going on. But Season 2 had some fucking crazy shit in it, and I loved it. We did a little bit of speculation when it first came out.
Like a breakdown, like, what do you think this means? Or
whatever. Pretty much. So as it kept going on, I kept paying more attention to different things, all these characters and blood spattering and whatnot, and then we get to see, two of the major titans going up against each other, and that was super exciting. And then, god damn it, what the fuck, Monkey Man? This is crazy.
Yeah, who are you? Oh, Tyrannosaurus Rex, who are you?
Yeah, pretty
Flying
much we
whale,
get, like,
who are you? Yeah.
a shot of a bee and then a Tyrannosaurus Rex and like all these animals, and it's like, what's going on? It's showing their hearts and whatnot.
You're like, what show is this?
And the whole deal was showing their hearts. Open or whatever. Give up your heart. Offer up your heart. Shinzou Sasageyo.
Sasageyo. I like this. I think it's great because obviously all the Attack on Titan music is fucking killer. Like so this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. Like
super appropriate for the show.
The theme is like this fucking this orchestra kind of thing. The music plays beautifully with the kind of show that this is. I just personally always liked like the season 1 like episode. Like
everyone loves the first intro.
Yeah, that's what I think that's my favorite intro. But this is a really good intro also.
Yeah. So I think I like the season 1 first intro the least.
Yeah.
But it hooked me right away. I was like so fucking amped. And the second half of season 1, I wasn't too down with that. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know what happened, but at a certain point, I was like, "Oh man, this is like fucking great! I love it. It sounds regal. It sounds good. Yeah, I don't know what happened."
You end up like liking one, and then they change it, and you're like, "Man, fuck this theme song!" Yeah. And then before you know it, you're just like, "Oh man, I like this theme song a lot."
Yeah, and now I like it more. I prefer it.
I just like the first season 1 opener one most, because when I think of Attack on Titan, that's the song that plays in my head. You know, like I mean, that's just like, oh my god, that's that good time of discovering this amazing show and watching it. But this theme song for season 2 was fucking killer.
Yeah, it just kind of came out like. It had been such a long time since Attack on Titan aired, and to get a season 2 and have an intro that fucking delivers.
Dude, but it felt like when the intro dropped, you know, like it felt like we've had this song forever.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it felt like this is
a classic.
I've
listened to this tons of times.
It felt like this is a classic
in my heart.
This has always been a part of the world, you know.
Super strange how this intro worked out, but I don't really have much to talk about for the visuals because I think that they do an incredibly appropriate job for the show, and they dramatize things. They have these characters like doing these crazy jumps and whatnot, and then everyone's a Titan now, and everyone's just punching stuff, and then there's a bunch of blood, and it's sad looking, but it's got this heroic ass song going on.
Yeah.
I love this intro. Great intro.
Cool. Okay, so next up is one of mine from My Hero Academia from season 2, opener 1. It's Peace Sign by Kenshi Yonezu.
Yonezu, yeah.
Yeah, nailed it. So this song, man, okay, so fucking My Hero Academia came out of nowhere and just fucking blew me away with how much I ended up loving it.
Oh yeah, it swept the nation.
And then being super stoked to find out the second season was going to come out, and not only was it going to be a second season, it was going to be a big second season.
Yeah.
So you knew you were going to get a theme song, probably 2, right? Probably a couple of endings, also new endings. So this new fucking theme song starts, and it's just like I was like, oh my god, like I'm here, like dude, you've got me, like you fuck.
It's just so happy and uplifting and inviting.
It sounds like a song that could be on like the top 40s. Like it's like this song, like just bobbing your head to it. And the thing is that this arc that we started off with is like the school festival, which they hinted at last season. At the end of the last season, like, hey, the school festival's gonna come up. You're gonna be excited for it. And it's just it's all the characters, the entire cast, and they're all like stretching and training and like warming up to like get down for this super awesome fight, you know?
Yeah.
And it does a great job to set you up for that very first half of the season. The problem with it was when they changed it, because the second arc to that second season started, they changed the song, but I'm pretty sure they kept the same visuals, didn't they? Like didn't they like just keep the same? I can't remember. What? I'm saying I can't physically remember what the second like intro. I know they have this different song. I don't like the song.
It's a different intro too.
I just don't like it at all. Like I hate it so much. I like the outros though. The outros are fun.
See, I still like the song. I think that they did a good song, and the intro isn't as like rad to me, cutesy, but I still enjoy it a lot. It still gets me pumped, but not in the same way that the first opening of season 2 did. And overall, this is one of those intros that doesn't impress me except for the song. Yeah. The song is so hype. Yeah, for sure. I fucking love it. You have to watch the intro every time just to hear the song.
I remember like being at Anime Expo, and we were like in the line for the My Hero Academia Q&A or panel or whatever, and somebody had to speak here, and they were playing this song on repeat, and at first I was like, this is going to get annoying, and then after 20-30 minutes of that song just playing over and over, I was just like, I'm super okay with this. Like there's like not 1 ounce of my body is like mad, because every time it looped around I was like, all right guys, one more time, and we just kept hearing it. So I really like this song. I really like this intro. I think it's a really solid one. Anyways, My Hero Academia is great, so check it out.
Fucking is, man.
So next up.
Next up we have Flip Flappers. The song is Serendipity by Romaji. Or it's ZAQ. I don't know. But Romaji is what I'm going to go for. Anyways, it's no secret that I fucking love Flip Flappers. I just said it like 12 minutes ago, probably. If that's on the dot, I'm going to be so fucking happy.
Probably not.
It's probably not. It's definitely not. Whatever. So Flip Flappers is the show that deals with all these really complicated, kind of cerebral ideas. It goes into a lot of deep psychology, and it's a very unique project that I think stands aside from anything else. And the intro is just hype That's all that it is for me. Like, it doesn't follow any of that, really. It shows off the characters. It shows off that there's, like, a bunch of shit going on because it deals with dreams and lines of reality and kind of, like, emotions being sorted out through these, I guess, events that are in some kind of a subspace. It's nice and complicated. But the intro is just this electronic fun jam time. And it starts up with all these bright colors just flashing around in a circle. Then you see the characters like going down a hill, and it's a blast. I just have such a good time with it. It made me super hyped. I didn't know much about the show when it was first coming out. And as soon as I saw the intro, I was like, oh, fuck, is this going to be the most rad show I've ever seen? And then it was something very different from the intro, and I loved it. Just a really, really solid job overall. This is definitely a song that I would listen to just on its own, too. Like, there are some songs I wouldn't listen to the Attack on Titan intro on its own. Mm-hmm. Just if I'm listening to, like, a playlist of music and stuff, Attack on Titan's not going to make the cut. That's going to be, like, an anime-specific playlist.
Theme song, yeah.
But this one's definitely going to make it into my, so, like, just like listening to shit
all
list.
Playlists, yeah.
It's fucking so jammy.
I remember, I didn't watch all of Flip Floppers. I just watched a few episodes. And I did watch the theme song in preparation for this episode or whatever. Yeah. And to me, I'm glad you love it. To me, it was like just a giant mess. I was like, in my head, I was like, you know what? It's probably on purpose for it to be this crazy
it definitely
mess.
Was.
Because you've told me so much about it, how it's like this, it's not about like... It's about this like cerebral brain stuff and all this like, so it's like a bunch of crazy stuff happening. So it's like, oh, that makes perfect sense as to why this thing is a hot mess, But there's there's some really cool moments. Like there's really sweet moments, and then there's like really intense. Like there's a scene where like I don't know what there's his three kids that like they play music together, and like they're in their battle gear, and this guy's just like literally like standing up straight but floating around in rockets just being shot out from his like this missiles. Like that's so intense. It's like so anime. But yeah, it's good. I mean, for what it is, I think it's great. And I've never, like I said, I've never watched all Flip Floppers, so like I don't get it, but I understand what it's there for.
Yeah, no, it's a really good time. So yeah, I just fucking love the intro. Whatever. Next up
is Tanaka-Kun is always listless. How do you say this? Utatane Sunshine?
Utatane Sunshine
by Ultimate Tone.
Yep. Unlimited Tone.
So check it out. The reason I thought about this song is because you sent me the this link to it once where it was the actual guy who does the voice for Tanaka-Kun, and he's singing the intro song, and he's just like, it sounds like he's he's like barely alive. So this is the show that we were recommended to review, and it's about a guy who's like super lazy. Like all he does is sleep, and like he barely puts any effort into it. Sometimes he doesn't eat because he's too tired to like move and eat or whatever.
I mean, we've all been there.
It's this hilarious kind of show, and the intro is like this really sweet lullaby. That song, and we just see all the characters coming together, being introduced, and like they're getting a picnic together, and like we get to see like the main character being picked up and like carried on this other guy's shoulders, and just like walk through stuff, and there's like sequences where they're both asleep and they're just floating in midair, and it's just really,
I love it.
It's just really pretty and really like great like tonal song and visual effects that come together to show you like this show isn't going to be like high action, super intense, crazy plots. It's just going to be like a super chill thing to watch and like enjoy yourself as like, oh, cool. Like I'm just hanging out with the bros, and one of the bros just happens to be this really super sleepy dude.
It's cool. It's got this like folksy kind of feel to it too. I really, really like the intro.
I wish I could speak Japanese because this would be for sure one of the ones I would like sing along to. Because like it's super simple. I was like
really chill.
It almost feels like a nursery rhyme kind of. And yeah, I really, really like this intro. I really like the show, surprisingly, even though I was going to be like, I thought I was going to hate it. And after watching, it's like, no, man, I
had a fun time with it. It was super chill.
Yeah.
At the time when it was airing, I wanted something more exciting, which was pretty unfortunate. Because, like, I like my sleepy time shows. I have those. And if you have too many, it's like, what am I even doing? I'm just being, like, really fucking weird
not
and lazy.
Being awake at all. Yeah. Like, you're lazy and you watch all the stuff you watch is the lazy stuff to watch.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I thought about putting Flying Witch on this because I felt like the intro song really felt the theme of the show, but overall, just the visuals didn't do a ton for me. I don't know. The animation was still good and all that. Anyways, Tanaka-Kun falls in the same category of TV show.
Yeah.
It's one of those cozy, easy to watch type shows.
Oh, for sure.
And their intro was just so much fucking better, in my opinion. It fits the theme of the show. The visuals are on point. Like, it's really mellow, really chill, really good song. Yeah. Love the intro.
And if you get a chance, if not, watch the show. At least like listen to this guy, the main character, sing this song, because I honestly it had me like busting up laughing when I heard it, because it's so funny. It's just so fucking funny.
Yeah. All right. So maybe that's what we're gonna go with Umaru.
No, because Umaru's horrible.
Yeah, probably. I don't know why you hate on it so much more than like anything else.
I hate her.
That's fine.
She's like the worst character ever. No, I hate her. No one can like it.
Everyone can have a good time.
No one can like it.
Like.
No one can like it.
Juan is the meanest person I've ever met.
Do your fucking job. Read the next one.
All right. So I chose for the next one, Sweetness and Lightning. The song is Harebare Fanfare by MimimemeMIMI.
Hold on, do that again.
MimimemeMIMI.
Wow, you fucking like they wanted to see if you like were just goofing. That is what it's called. It's like Mimi and then Mimi, which is like meme this time. Yeah. And then Mimi again with an I, but all capitalized.
Yeah. So MimimemeMIMI.
Oh my god, what a name for a group.
Pretty kick-ass, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. So this goes along with, goddammit, it fits the theme of the show so well. It's just a fun time. So Sweetness and Lightning is a show about a dad and his daughter, and the mother has recently passed away. So we're kind of watching them deal with this problem, and they're doing it through fun times and food and friends and all that. So in the intro, we get to kind of just see the characters having a good time, and the girl, we get to see her imagination. Yeah. And just, I don't know, it's really, really charming. Yeah. It's got a special place in my heart because
it made you cry, you weenie.
The intro did not make me cry.
Made you cry. I saw you cry.
The show made me cry plenty of times. The show's fucking great. It's got so much emotion, so much heart. But the goddamn intro, it just is so charming. It shows off, like, the girl is at school and she's drawing a picture of her favorite little cotton candy pig monster thing. And then it goes into, like, the scene where she's flying on the pig and she's going through all these, like, blocks, like a giant block town. And then it goes into, like, she's flying through a forest with a bunch of them. And it's got all this food stuff going on with it. It's just such a fun time. Yeah. And it still gives you a chance to show off the characters. And it's fitting for the show because it's just like, these are the best friends and they're all having a great time doing what they love. Yeah. And it doesn't have to do anything extra. It's good.
Yeah, I like the part where she's like in the kitchen and she picks up like this really big frying pan. Yeah, and like a bunch of fruits and vegetables just kind of come flying. She catching them all in the frying pan. It just reminds me a lot of like Kirby for some reason. Like, you know,
yeah, dude, I feel that he's just inhaling everything. Food, yes. That's kind of the way that it feels with the frying pan.
Yeah, I mean the show's super charming, and the intro definitely does a great job to let you know what you're gonna be watching. Oh yeah, and it's beautiful. Like this show's visually stunning, and so this intro is also
great animation. Yeah. Highly recommend the show. The intro was just fitting for it specifically. It's another thing where I'm like, I'm not going to put it on my playlist, but it's a good fucking intro. For sure. And the song is so good.
Sure. So next up, I got Yuri on Ice. History Maker's name of the song. EP mix by Dean Fukioka.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Fukioka.
So the Yuri on Ice came out this year, right? I'm pretty sure.
It came out in December, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this show...
December 2016, crossed over January, whatever.
So this show is about, you know, the ice skaters. It was super hyped up. People loved it. It was like one of the best shows of this, whatever this season was. Yeah. I thought another show deserved the win, Erased.
You know, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure it lost to Yuri on Ice. What the fuck does Crunchyroll know? God damn
Not
it.
Enough.
Anyways, so I watched the show and super enjoyed it.
Loved it.
The intro has this amazing song, History Maker, and it's like it's something you can sing along to literally because it's in English, and you know, great chorus, great vocals, and then the animation comes along with it is we see Yuri, both the Yuris, Yuri from Russia and Yuri from Japan, and Victor, like dancing together or skating together like in unison, and the animation for this one, some of it's more like free flowing, more like lines,
so cool,
as opposed to like the actual like more classic animation that we see when they're actually like
in the show.
The show. So it's like it's a different style of animation. It's
I love that in intros.
Yeah, and there's also like a lot of beautiful colors. You get watercolor effects, and it's just so beautiful when they sweep together and they're in unison. It's a gorgeous like little bit of animation. and it's like trapped in this like awesome music. So together, it's just like this amazing thing that gets me so pumped to watch the show.
Yeah, man.
Definitely one of the best intros I've ever seen. I think I might have cried to this intro. Like,
really?
Yeah,
Damn.
I know Sierra like is super stoked for it. Like this intro, like for some reason, like he really moved me. I was like, oh my god, it's fucking gorgeous. Because like I'm sitting there to watch this fucking anime about men figure skating. It was like, god, this is gonna be so lame. And then it's like this fucking song just swells in, and this animation.
Want to make history,
and I'm just like, oh my god, I think my heart got touched a little bit.
Yeah,
there.
man.
It's a great song, and a great intro for a great show. I really like it. I don't think Yuri on Ice deserved to win Best Anime of the Year, Crunchyroll.
It was such a good show, but it didn't.
Fucking Erase kicked its ass.
Deserve the win.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many good shows that year, and Erased, I think, did the best job.
Fuck yeah.
But, this is a great song. It reminds me of Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, that
if it was Japanese.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like whoever's saying that gives me those kind of feels to it.
Yeah.
Great song, great show.
Love it. And God, the visuals, it being so different from the animation in the show, is something that I think makes it even stronger.
Yeah, I was like super curious because, like I said, you see this intro before you actually get to see them actually skate, and I was like, I wonder if this is what they're going to do for the animation, and I'm glad they didn't, because it's like it separates the two, and it gives you like, it's like this is the intro, this is what it's about, and then the animation is different, like the anime is a different thing, and I like the fact that it's like that intro is its own thing, and it's fucking beautiful, and it'd be cool to see a show similar to that, but I'm just glad that intro is what it is.
It was a good time. I really liked it. Next up, Xam'd Lost Memories, Shut Up and Explode by Boom Boom Satellites.
Did you pick this one just because of the name?
No. I picked this one because it is one of the most hype intros I've ever watched. Mm-hmm. It's made by the people who did Eureka 7.
Yeah.
And after Eureka 7 came out and I finished that and I was like, that was a fucking great show. Suddenly this popped up. It was the first anime that was being released on PlayStation Network. It was a very weird thing. So you had to get it from there. So the intro came out, and I didn't know anything about the show other than it was made by the Eureka 7 people, but that doesn't convince me. People can make something great, and then they make a bunch of garbage, which is kind of like what the Eureka 7 people do. Anyways, this song got me more pumped than I've ever been about a show. It just came in super strong. This killer drum beat, and the characters are going along kind of the beat. And then it's got this unique animation going on. It makes it more artistic where, it's got different shots of characters doing things. Then it kind of like stutter steps them to go along with the song. And they're shaded in a certain way. But then it just becomes super hype where you're following this mailman guy and he's fucking charging. He's running like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And the animation is so clean and he looks super unique. Then you see all the other characters and they look really cool and unique too. And they're standing on top of this like aircraft type thing, and there's character, the mailman's running away from a giant monster. They shoot this bazooka out at the monster. I'm like, the fuck am I watching? This is so cool. Yeah. And then we finally get to see the main character, and he just kind of pops in holding a bag of apples.
Yeah.
You're just like, what's going on here?
Hey, I'm the main character. What's up? Yeah.
And then he just starts running in, and they show that he turns into this big old monster man thing. Yeah. And he's got this monster arm, but he's a regular dude. And it kind of like pops up, and it does this really cool visual at the end where it follows up his arm, and then his arm pops into a regular hand.
And he catches a letter.
Yeah. And it's fucking cool. And the song is hype. And then it's called Shut Up and Explode, and it's by Boom Boom Satellites, who we had talked about earlier in our podcast. They did the intro for Kisniver, and then it turns out that the lead singer guy has a brain tumor, or he had one. I don't know. I think he might have died. I can't remember for sure, but he's been through some shit.
He recently passed away or whatever.
Yeah.
This isn't the guy from, because we also recently talked about the guy from One Punch Man who went deaf, which is also inconvenient.
Pretty fucked up. Yeah.
No, so I haven't seen Lost Memories, but I remember like I had to look it up to see what the song was, and so much shit went on. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And it was like literally like melting my brain. I was like, what is this? The song was super hype. God, but man. I do remember I was scrolling through Facebook and like, ended up on one of those weird pages where you just like, oh, this is a video of something. And so it was like a video, it was like a 7-minute clip of an anime, and it was this weird bus attack and this weird thing, and this guy got stabbed, and then he turned into this weird ugly white monster, and I was just like, and it was Lost Memories is what it was.
Damn.
And I remember looking through, like I want to look through the comments, like, oh, what's this called? It's like, it's Lost Memories. Like, cool. I'm like, mental note, watch this, because like I should,
Yeah.
But after seeing this intro, I was like, oh, that is what I was watching. This is like, thank God it wasn't some weird like
like creepy porn shit, like
creepy hentai or some really obscure OVA or something. It's a show. Okay, good. I can actually watch it.
Yeah, I would highly recommend this show to people that enjoyed Eureka 7, but with a lot of hesitance, because it's not going to be as good, and they kind of wrap up the story too quickly, leave it little bit too open-ended for me. But man, it was a fun time. I really enjoyed watching the show. It just didn't give me as much as I wanted.
For sure. So next up, my last pick. And none of these were in any particular order. They just kind of...
No, yeah. 5. Well, the only particular one for me was Attack on Titan.
It's like your favorite.
I wanted to get it out of the way.
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of the deal.
But I'm saying, like, none of these for me were like, this was 1 through 5. It's just the last one.
Yeah, they're all hype.
So this is an anime called Gate. It's the first... the opening song, so number 1, and it's called Gate, right? It looks like the dawn by I can't do this. Help me out with these names.
Kisida Kyodan and the Akaboshi Rockets.
Cool. And so I remember when I said I watched this, Kyle was the one that recommended it to me. He said, "Hey, it kind of reminds me of this," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "Cool." So I checked it out, and like I said, I have a formula, or there are things that you can do in an intro that will make me like your intro.
Right.
Counting, awesome guitars. Power chords, seeing all the characters, in a fun way. And yeah, this show does that. This show reminds me a lot of one of my favorite intros, which is the High School Dead intro. I don't know if it's the same people. It's probably not. But they sounded a lot like really, really similar. So like instantly, while sitting there to watch the show for the first time, this intro pops up and I was like, okay, looks like we got something good going on right here. You already got a little check mark saying like, okay, like in the positive side,
Oh.
So there's scenes where like this show's about like this giant gate that appears in the middle of Tokyo, and on one side of the gate is like this like fantasy world where like there's ogres and elves and monsters and kingdoms and stuff, and the other side is just like the modern day world or whatever. And so we go through and back and forth or whatever, and like there's wars between the two of them and blah blah blah. That's what the show is. So when I watch the intro for the first time, I don't really notice it, but the second time I watch it through, we'll see scenes of like people or characters that are in their appropriate like setting. So like the main character's like on a train, and all of a sudden like there'll be like a static shock real quick, and we see like the background change, and now he's in some weird kingdom and he doesn't notice, and then like his static changes back and he's like just back in the real world. And that happens with the elf girl, like the demon god chick, and it happens with the wizard chick. And it's cool seeing the juxtaposition of like these different characters in like different settings. Like we see them like the wizard chick like in front of like a bunch of politicians and the press with microphones like talking, like there's all these photos taking shots of her. So yeah, I really like the intro. Like it kind of gives me a great idea of what the show's gonna be like. And like I said, it has a really like rockin' song, and like I'm not a huge rock fan for some reason. Like rock anime intros, like I'm like all about. So so that's one of my picks for this week's episode.
I don't have many opinions on it. I didn't watch much of Gate. It is a rock and roll song, and it kind of shows off what's going on a little bit with there being a war between this fantasy world and the human world in a sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, it gives you exactly what's going on with the plot, just not super complex.
Okay, so let's go to your last song.
So for the last one,
last opener,
I had a really hard time deciding. Because I knew it was going to be Haikyuu, without a doubt.
Okay, but which one?
Yeah, exactly. Because all these songs get me so pumped. I'm like, I want to see these kids be friends and play volleyball. But I couldn't decide. I wound up choosing the 4th opening from Haikyuu. It was between that and the 5th, really. Because the visuals, like every song is great in its own way, and they're a little bit different. But the 4th and 5th are by the same band. So the 4th one is called Fly High by Burnout Syndromes. And it is super exciting to me. All the other intros leading up to this were kind of just like them playing volleyball. But then the 4th one felt a bit different to me because we see the main character, Hinata. He's on the basketball court, but the background is entirely white. So it's kind of weird. Like there's this glow going on. And instead of showing him with the team, he's just like, going up and doing his own thing. And then he kind of like turns into a bunch of feathers, like crow feathers. And it just like shoots up into the sky, but it's not him turning into a crow. It's just like, that's kind of what happens. It's just like it explodes because the team is Krasuno. That's their high school, Krasuno High School, which is a crow. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of crow visuals throughout the show, and I thought that they did such a good job just like making you feel like these characters are trying to like fly up and like do something different. Crows are little shits in real life. They're fucking smart. They're like some
smart.
Of the smartest birds, but they are assholes. And so pretty much all these characters are super charming, but they're like
assholes.
No, they're not even they're charming. They're like good dudes.
They're like crows. They're like assholes.
But like that's the thing that's so weird about this is that since crows are so fucking awful, they're also like really smart and figure shit out as it goes. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like inspiring to see them start out like fucking garbage. They don't know what's going on, and they just like grow and they soar higher and higher, and just the visuals of the fourth I think really establish what's going on with the show in terms of the development of everything, and it gets you super stoked to see this like big competition against a team that they have known for a long time, and now they're going up against them, and that's the whole season that we get to watch there. It was super exciting, and the song is just really inspiring, really pumping when you're leading up to a big match. Yeah. And that's essentially all that, Haikyuu is. Just a bunch of really fun bros having a good time playing volleyball.
I watched the intro, and like I said, I also really like the bird elements, because I know that much about it, that they're named after a team of crows or whatever. And I also really like the fact that they're since they're crows, their colors are predominantly black.
Yeah, and it's black and orange, which Halloween fucking cool.
I'm saying we don't really often see like main characters or like the good guys be dressed in black.
Right. That's normally it's more bright color.
Bright color is positive or white or whatever. And we're seeing that the guys that they're going up against is this team that's decked out in white. And maybe they're I don't know if this is true, but from what I gathered, maybe their team mascot is also some sort of bird because there's
like pretty much all of them. Yeah, because
there's white feathers popping. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And the song has really good the name of it, Fly On or something like that. Fly. And one of my favorite shots though from this one is this shot where I don't know who it is or what team he is, but like there's a shot where the ball goes really low and this guy like slides on the ground and he bumps it up or whatever.
This is the guy with the like brown hair with the little like highlight.
It might be him. Yeah.
God, I fucking love him.
Yeah. So like he does this really dope save, but it's this really cool shot of it. It's like a really low angle and he slides on the ground. And yeah, I like this. I would watch an anime like this if I had the time or cared or give a fuck or whatever.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
Yeah,
I think it's very fitting for the whole show and the themes of everything because it's not complicated like some of the other shows we talked about. It doesn't have all these overarching emotions or themes. It's just like these are some boys, they're friends, and they're also playing volleyball.
Here we go. Yeah, let's not make it complicated. Like we don't need something besides a good song, some great visuals, awesome themes, great colors.
And, season 5. Or, I mean, the opening 5, it shows them, like, on top of a mountain, and it's, like, doing all this cool stuff, which is not something that happens in the show at all. It's just, like, some more cool visuals.
Visual representation.
When the first 3 openings, like I said, were just them playing volleyball, I, like, clearly could not do that. Yeah. Because it didn't feel like it was right. It just kind of felt like a little bit off. Like, we could have done something more to represent kind of, like, the growth or what these characters are going to go through. And we finally get that in the 4th opening. Yeah. And that's why I chose it over the 5th. The 5th, we've already established, we've seen this growth and all that, and they're still showing it in a different way.
They're on a mountain.
Yeah, they're on a mountain, and it's fucking cool. And, like, there's all this snow and shit, and it's really fucking rad. But for the 4th opening, it's kind of, like, new. It feels even more refreshing because we had all these intros that were a little bit more basic, and then we got into something that I feel like fits the characters and themes more than just showing what the show is.
For sure.
I really like it, and, all the fucking songs by this band are rad. So Burnout Syndromes and Boom Boom Satellites. Those are like the 2 bands that do their own really rad music.
Cool, man. So that's the topic for the week. The week was talking about intros that we liked. We both picked 5 for our own reasons. And, I don't give a fuck if you like mine. I don't give a fuck if I don't like yours. Actually, I like most of yours.
Yeah, we had a good ass time.
Yeah, for the most time. So yeah, but there's plenty of great intros out there because there's plenty of great shows out there. Mm-hmm. So obviously, hopefully, it'd have a great intro.
Yeah.
People sometimes overlook the fact that intros are important or outros are important. They're like, it's just an intro, it's an outro. I skip it. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't fucking do that. I know it's convenient when Netflix skips it for you, and it's just like, great, now I can just watch the show. It's like, yeah, but it's there for a reason. People put work into it, and so it's fun to watch. It's a great way to cleanse the palate before you like in the new show, or like a great way to get ready for that new episode. That's going to charge you up. Like, oh, great, I got to get myself in the mindset for this specific show, and that's what the intros are for. And yeah, I think they have their merits and their reasons to be there. So yeah, thanks for listening. Right?
Yeah, I had a good time.
I had a good time too.
No, you did?
Well, not with you.
You didn't?
But I had a good time.
Okay.
But not with you.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as you had a good time. That's all I care about, babe.
Whatever. I don't care what you care about. Anyways.
Jesus Christ.
What are we doing for next week?
All right. So next week, we're going to be doing homework.
Okay.
We got kind of a layout for you guys just to give you some prep. So we just did intros. We're going to take a little break from, doing some of that. And we're going to do some homework. Mm-hmm. And then we'll get into the outros. We'll do that again.
Probably not, bro, because after that week, we got to review the fucking thing from the Netflix and Jaden Smith, that anime, Neo something.
Oh, shit.
It comes out then, so we'll be doing that. We have to. We said we were.
I mean, I guess. Do you want to just skip homework and just do outros next week then?
Yeah, we'll talk about it because we'll talk about it. So, anyways,
I feel like we need to do outros around the same time as intros, and then after we do Jaden Smith's new hit Netflix anime, we have to do a wrap up.
Oh fuck yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. So, okay, cool. So, that's the show. We'll figure out what we're doing next week. If you like our logo, hit up Erin from TurveyTops.com. Super sweet person to work with. Super easy to work with.
It's true.
Tell her that we sent you and tell her that we miss her. She's not responding to our phone calls.
Yours, maybe.
Ours. I say it's from the both of us.
All right.
I pretend to do your voice and then I do my voice.
I think she knows.
Yeah, she knows. If you like our theme song, hit up Tom Nasser on SoundCloud and YouTube. His name is Nasser, Nasr. Good friend of the podcast. Super nice guy.
He's a cool guy.
Where we can find us?
You can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. Same goes for Instagram. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. And finally, you can send us a tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast benefit.
If you want to shoot us an email, send it to instantramenpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're feeling like a little bit of a reedy boy, we've got a little blog going on. So you can check out instantramenpodcast.blogspot.com, or maybe it's blogspot.instantramenpodcast.com. Yeah. I don't know this. It's in the description.
Essentially, all we do is review, what we ate that day. It's great.
It's fantastic. And sometimes I play games. If you want to check out me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Crispother. It's KRISPOTHER. And that's everywhere that we exist, right? You don't have anywhere that you live?
Nope, that's it.
All right. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so that's the show. Thanks for listening. It's bye from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water.